so, you know, I can go in and amend it. How do I make the amendments? Would I basically rewrite what I've written and kind of resubmit it into that case, or just write a simple letter that I wanted to keep the word property?
Well, like I said, try to get everything done by Monday, because they gave you till Thursday. Even if you don't think you can get it done by Thursday, you can just say, well, I need to stay on the return of property order that I submit to the court. Honestly, at this time, I'm living in a trailer. So I'm living in my grandma's closet, and you know, whatever you make an excuse to stay. You can stay the hearing or stay the trial because you're the one moving the complaint. So you can just say, at this time, I'm going to have to stay the hearing or stay the trial for another week until I get my paperwork properly submitted. Whatever you want to use, any excuse. It's in your court now. It's in your hands because it's the on-nest court moving through the Queen's bench. So if he says, well, the court's not going to like us saying it, it's like, well, you know what? It's the on-nest court. You know, it's well, that's the lady's name, Jessica Arnaz. It's the on-nest court moving through this court, through this, you know, it's the on-nest court moving through this venue. I'm holding court. So the Queen will let you know when she's ready to move, when she's ready to proceed.
Right.
So the Queen on this will move her court when she's staying good and ready. Maybe the Queen's got a sniffles. It doesn't matter. You'll wake up at 3 o'clock and say, I want to hold court. Like you seen how fast they did it. Once they realized you were holding a court of record, you were heard immediately that day. They realized the Queen was in the building. President Obama popped in. Oh, everybody get troops all lined up. Let's help the Queen out.
Right.
But once you're the Queen, you're not afraid of any man in the judge suit because you're the Queen of England, or you're the Queen of Canada, or whatever, and you're holding court. And it's like, thank you, but the court is not amused. Well, it means we're not confused. The court is not amused. And we will stick with the term property, but we'll take that into proper consideration. Thank you, your honorable fine sir.
Hey, Tom, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
I jump in real quick. You've been doing great. I didn't want to say anything, but you and I were talking about this yesterday. And one of the things that we mentioned kind of like off the cuff as a joke, but when we realized that it was really important, when the court recognized that the Queen had showed up, all of a sudden they brought in their top dog, their biggest gun, okay? Because the Queen would not want to talk to anybody except the top dog. However, at the same time, what all the lawyers were saying and judges were saying to each other was, holy shit, how did the Queen get out of the Tower of London? Who was the damn opus?
We had a prisoner.
So while she's here, of course, now she's here, so we have to be nice to her, but we need to find a way to have her kind of like accidentally back into the door of the Tower of London and walk back up the stairs and try to do this as nicely as possible, because we don't know who the heck the guy was on guard. We're going to find that son of a gun and let her out. But
that was great.
It'll be really nice and to get her back in there.
Yeah, because what Greg's saying is he missed a little step there, but he did damn good. But what he missed was, me and Greg was saying, when the judge was challenging you, if you were truly the Queen and you knew your authority, you would have said what I said. Thank you. We'll take that into royal advisement, but the Queen is not amused that you're trying to deceive her with this bamboozle nonsense, child property nonsense, because the Queen owns every damn thing. Every damn thing she claims is hers. So the judge would have understood, oh, my God, this really is the Queen. So if he was able to change your brain a little bit, he's like, oh, she just watched a YouTube video. Oh, she just read a Patriot thing. Oh, she's got some crazy clown on talk show from Virginia who's telling her what to do. She really doesn't know her as good as she thinks she does.
Right.
This is what they're trying to do. And like I say, these folks...
did kind of get into a debate with them as well, at first, and then we just kind of succumbed to the glinting smile and the kind eyes, being like, okay, well, if he's going to submit our paperwork but with this, changing this word to this word, we'll do it to get our foot in the door, and we'll figure out how to backtrack and nullify that kind of change after the fact. So that's basically where we're standing now to try to...
Like me and Greg was saying.
And cover their butts. Hold on. And to cover their butts, just in case you really are the Queen and you just have a sad case of amnesia, they don't want to disrespect you. So they're going to be very polite. and helpful to get you back into your cell in the Tower of London.
Right. And what me and Greg was saying, why this is so dangerous for folks like you guys to play this game is because if they could get you back where they want you, they're going to make your life hell. It's like you're dancing with the devil.
Yeah.
And now he just wants you closer. It's like, come here, man, come here. Let me tell you what you should do. This is what you should do. And it get closer and closer, and he's going to burn you more and more. He's just trying to figure out a way to burn you. And like I said, and that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try and intimidate you. They're going to say, look, there's your babies over there. If you want to see them again, this is what you better do. You better stop playing with us, and you better start working with us. Believe me, I went through that nonsense with them for 7 years. They're saying, look, you owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in next child support. Put me in jail. Do it. I don't care. I'm going to move my claim from finally get a copy of my case file because I have no idea, neither does my wife have any clue how you'd put my child into your custody. We don't know if we charge for a crime. We had 17 lawyers, literally 17 lawyers we paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for, and we can't crack that cover. None of our attorneys can crack that cover. But nobody knows how you're holding our child in possession of the state. It took us 7 years to find out that it was based upon a contract that they said we signed the date the child was born. And like I said, then when they finally showed us the contract, we laughed. This had to do with a girl who was 4 years old, lived with her uncle and a grandma in an apartment. So like I said, they'll try every dirty trick in the book, even though they know they're flat out wrong. They're going to try to do it and see if they can get away with it. So far,
the contract was signed 3 days before your kid was born.
Yeah, it's even funnier. But like I said, they're going to try every dirty trick in the book they can. But it's hopefully Canada might be a little bit more gentle than Alabama. And maybe they'll actually just say, get these people out of here. But I think they're going to try, me and Greg were saying, they might try to save face by trying to say, look, ma'am, just let us come into your house once every 100 years. If we'll come into your house in 99 years, just sign some sort of consent decree, and we'll agree to end all this. Right. And that's what they're going to try to do. Because when you do a consent decree, that means nobody's admitting guilt of any wrongdoing. So they're going to try like the old consent decree now. Because that's all they told me to do. They said, look, Mr. Lentz, we don't want anything from you or your wife. Honestly, you know what? If you just go to and get a psychological evaluation, we don't care if it's your mom who's a licensed physician or you got an uncle or a cousin or you got a best friend who's a physician. As long as he says, I'm a physician, Bob, and Karl and his wife are A-OK in my book, we'll give you back your kid. I said, nope, we're not dancing with the devil. We're making no deals. It's like, oh, come on. You get your kid back in 2 minutes. You know, we'll even pay for it. Nope. Oh, you can forget any doctor you want. In your state, our state, we don't care. Nope. Like, oh, come on. This will all be over. And I was like, nope, I ain't dancing with you people because you always got to figure out a way how you're going to stab me in the back. There's some sort of loophole in this consent decree somewhere where you're going to be able to still come back in a year from now, 2 years from now, and take my kid right back and put him right back, and then you're really going to bury me. Then you're going to have a real criminal charge against me, and I'm going to be sitting in jail, and I'll never see my kid. Because now you got a hard on for me, and now you want to slam me because I decided to fight back. I said, no deal. That's what you were saying about you and your husband. They said, well, they got found 10 pounds of crystal meth in the trunk of your car. You guys are going to sit in prison for 50 freaking years, and the kids are going to look at you through a plexiglass. So I said, do these people want to move out of Canada? Do they want to move to another province? Or do they say, you know what, maybe if we press our case hard enough, quick enough, they'll just give us back our kids and leave us alone. It's all a gamble. You folks have to, you know, I don't know what New Brunswick is like. I don't know the mentality of these people up here. But like I said, the state attorney general from Alabama, you know, and not the FBI, ABI, Alabama Bureau of Investigation, told me never come back to the state. They said, you'll never leave. You ever come back, you'll never leave. I took their word on it. I mean, they don't play. They're like, you come down here, you'll never leave. So that's pretty.
So how the hell do you fight a case in their court, or at least in their district court?
Yeah, we'll talk about my things. Right, we'll talk about my things some other day about provost marshals and how to use them, but to get into a state and get out of a state.